你好，Kevin。你是不是你？We start over.
Yeah, let's start over.
This is Kevin. And this is Miguel. They speak over 5 languages. Today we're gonna get to know these polyglots and also find out their tips for learning new languages.
So, Kevin, what languages do you speak?
Well, English, Mandarin natively, Spanish, Portuguese, German, French, Russian I did in college, so that's actually probably number 3. Serbian, Arabic, Hebrew, Japanese. Japanese is like conversational. It's kind of rough around the edges these days. Hindi.
Wow.
Those are the ones that I've recently had conversations in. Oh, Turkish. Yeah, Turkish is one.
That's
so
about
cool.
It. That's about 10 languages, right? Around 10.
Yeah, I usually go with 8, which is mostly just the European ones plus Chinese that I practice the most.
Yeah. Cool. And Miguel, what languages do you speak?
So I'm a bilingual Spanish and English speaker. French is my best foreign language. And then under there, I speak some Greek, Slovak, Czech, Mandarin, Chinese, Serbo-Croatian, Bosnian as well.
Wow.
And I've done a little Polish recently. And I'm also learning Portuguese.
Okay. So you told me that you know 6, but I feel like you mentioned more than 6.
There's some that I'm still working with right now, especially actively. So lately I've had practice in those languages, so I keep building up slowly but surely.
Got it.
For me, it was Mandarin because it was a completely different way of thinking, a completely different system using characters and speaking in tones, which was completely new to me.
What about you? Which is the
Probably Russian, just because it was like the grammar is the most complicated out of all modern languages, at least. I mean, I guess Sanskrit or ancient Greek are harder, but yeah, but it helped that I took it in college for 2 years, so it was like an hour a day, 5 days a week for 2 whole years. And yeah, after Russian, everything else just seems a bit easier, so that helped in the end.
So Russian was easier for you to learn than maybe Arabic?
Oh, no, I wouldn't say it was, no. Arabic was easier, probably.
Wow.
I mean, I don't know, I had more structure because I was in a class for Russian. So that made it easier in a way. But the language itself, I think, was more complicated. There were like, because Arabic is like, I mean, the words are different, the pronunciation's slightly trickier, but the grammar, I don't know, I didn't feel like Arabic was hard necessarily.
For me, it was just meeting other people and getting to know their cultures, and I wanted to learn their languages and explore and be able to travel to these countries as well. And then also finding a online and real life language community, which there is a big one in Europe, and then we're building one up here in North America, and little by little we see these communities spring up all over the world.
That's pretty cool.
I use textbooks, I use applications. There's some famous ones that people should know, and I like music a lot, so I go into music apps and try to look for foreign music, and I try to also look for content in various things that I like, for example, sports. And I get to read some sports articles and learn a bit of vocabulary as well, and practicing the language is also important. You'll make mistakes in the beginning, but persistence is going to help out.
Living in New York City has helped because it's like it's not hard to find people to practice most languages in. It's just like you're going to make mistakes, but that's fine. That's like part of the process.
I am doing Czech, Slovak, and Portuguese and Serbo-Croatian for future travels.
Nice. And what about you?
I mean, I'm brushing up on my Japanese since I'm going to the Polyglot Conference in Fukuoka next year. Well, not next month. now, and I started Korean again 4 months ago. It's not the first time I've tried, but this is probably the farthest I've gotten in learning Korean ever. Like a few years ago, I tried once and dropped it after a few months because I got distracted.
Okay, so one cool thing is that Kevin knows some Nigerian words.
Oh my God.
So in Nigeria, where my family's from, they speak 3 major languages, which is Hausa, Igbo, and Yoruba. Kevin knows some Hausa words, and he also knows Pidgin English, which is a language spoken by the locals and street vendors. Okay, so Kevin, what are some Pidgin English words that you know?
First of all, just side note, BBC World Service has Pidgin. You can read the news in Nigerian Pidgin.
That is so cool.
Since like a couple years ago. They definitely have Hausa. They've had Hausa forever, I think. And Yoruba they added recently also. But yeah, words in Nigerian Pidgin, there's a lot of them that are like similar to words that are spoken in different pidgins and patois in the Caribbean also. So like child is Pikin, which is related to Jamaican Picni, and I think they even say that in Papua New Guinea, because I mean it's a trade language, so they used it over in the Pacific also eventually, and it comes from Spanish Pequeño.
Pequeño, interesting. I didn't know that until today.
And to know something is sabi, which is like saber in Spanish, and it came from either Spanish or Portuguese back in the day. So they say that in Jamaica also. Well, I guess in Jamaica they say no now, but they used to say sabi back in the day, and they still say that in Nigeria.
Cool. What about the Hausa, some Hausa words?
Yeah, there's the one I know. Well, there's the Hausa word that's used in Nigerian Pidgin is wahala. I don't know about the tones. There's tones in Hausa, but I forgot.
Huh? Like no wahala. No wahala.
Right, yeah, no problem.
Like, yeah, no problem, no wahala.
And I'm trying to remember what else. I think a greeting, again, I don't remember the tones, and I think it's an Arabic word originally, like afia or alafia ni or something like that.
Alafia, this is Yoruba.
Oh, they say that in Yoruba too?
Yeah, I don't think it's like, oh wait.
Well, I think
kind of think.
It could be in both just because it's from Arabic originally, so...
I have to think, because I'm not very familiar with Hausa, but I know more Yoruba words.
Right.
I don't know how they say it. Maybe it is something, but I don't know how they say it. Okay. What other one? Last one.
Any other Hausa words? Well, chi means to eat, which is weird. So ta chi means she eats in both Hausa and in Chinese.
Oh,
so
wow.
That's just a funny
Look at the connection.
That I remember because they're like the same. There's some words, I'm trying to think. I used to know the word for like water and house, and I forgot. Yeah, that's about all I remember.
I used to remember these words, but my mom can speak Hausa, and I can't remember these words. I just know how to say like, how are you?
Oh,
like,
I think goodbye is like say anjuma.
Say anjuma.
I don't know the tones on there, but that's what they say.
All right, that was the video. I hope you enjoyed watching and learning some things about some languages and maybe some new languages as well. It was really fun. I had a great time. I hope you guys did too. So check out some of this cool stuff that Miguel and Kevin are working on. Miguel has a blog. What's the blog name?
So my blog is called The Multilingual Bronx Site. This weekend I'm celebrating 2 years as an active blogger. And I have a lot of stories that I've written about, and as well as language advice and my travels through various language conferences.
Okay, and where can we find you social media-wise?
Oh, my blog is on WordPress, and then also I'm on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, all under the Multilingual Bronx Site.
Okay, so check out his blog right here.
Oh, right. It's on Medium, so it would be medium.com/ God, it's like a made-up fake Indonesian word, Bahasantara, which is like the archipelago of languages, basically, just like, yeah, various language things.
Cool. And actually, we all met through Meetup, through a language learning or language exchange program. What was it called? Mundolingo, right?
Mundolingo, it's a global language exchange social event.
Yep.
Happen in over 25 cities around the world, and New York, we have 2 of them a week.
So yeah, if you are in New York and you just want to like practice your language or brush up on your language or whatever, just stop by Mundolingo on meetup.com and just speak to someone. Yeah, so that's cool. Thanks again for watching. I hope you enjoyed or learned something new. If you have questions for Kevin or Miguel, their contact information is down below. Feel free to ask. And yeah, all right. Thank you for watching again. Bye. See you. Hasta luego. Kevin! We're saying goodbye! Wow.
See, this is I tell you, this is us in our natural
No,
habitat.
I thought there was some
really
important
chilling.
discussion going on.
Wow. Okay, we're gonna say goodbye again. Alright, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. And yeah, that's it. Bye. Bye, hasta
Thanks, guys.
luego.